Day 2 of the 2023 Tour of Idaho is another 230 miles long. It will take me about 14 and a half hours to complete, and the riding is much easier than on day 1. Day 2 was traditionally a rest and recovery day in Pocatello, but over the last 2 years that went away. We only get a half day on day 8 to change tires and repair the bike up north in Salmon. From Pocatello, the route heads into the mountains southwest of town. You then work your way over to the town of American Falls, where I'll get a late lunch and fuel before I head out across the vast Snake River Plain and into the town of Arco, where I'll spend the night. To start the day, you climb up out of town on rolling single track through the foothills. It was a beautiful morning. Last night I went straight to the restaurant and got a great dinner. Then a solid 6 hours of sleep. For this event, you don't carry camping gear. We stay at lodging in small towns along the way. I carry an emergency bivy sack, but nothing to camp out comfortably. I got up early and took the time for a big breakfast. Lack of sufficient food last year was a serious problem, so I was not passing on any opportunity I had. Once on the trail, you work your way up towards Scout Mountain, the first challenge point of the day. You slice along the face of the ridge, along the gorgeous Crestline Trail. This trail provides spectacular mountain views and is a highlight for me of the day. You then connect with the jeep road that takes you to the top of the peak. Leaving Scout Mountain, it's a 3,700-foot dive into Bell Creek Canyon, where I had to stop and cool my brakes for a little while. Once out of the canyon, you turn north and follow a series of fun single-track and ATV trails for a few hours until you reach the southern edge of the Snake River Plain. Then it's a road burn for about an hour over to the town of American Falls, where I got lunch and fuel.
Tell you a story. Ain't got no characters in it but me. I wanna sing you a sad song. Most of it I don't expect you to believe. It starts off just a whiskey and wine, or some miles of travel and some real good times, but it ends in a dark corridor where there ain't no windows and there ain't no doors. Well, that's me. Just a drinking off this bottle and a drifting out to sea. Oh, that's me. Just a sitting here staring and a shaking like a leaf. Oh, that's me. Just a leaning on my shovel in this graveyard of dreams. Oh, that's me. Just a leaning on my shovel in this graveyard of dreams. Take you to a shipwreck 1,000 miles underneath the Black Sea. It looks like everybody's sleeping, but look close, they are dead indeed. I wanna lead you to an armchair deep back in the files a candle's light, where I've been spending all of my time. Well, that's me. Just a drinking off this bottle, is it drinking off of me? Now that's me. Just a sitting here staring and a shaking like a leaf. Oh, that's me. Just a leaning on my shovel in this graveyard of dreams. Yeah, that's me. Just a leaning on my shovel in this graveyard of dreams.
I wanted to answer some of the common questions I receive about riding this kind of event. These tend to be around endurance, riding pace, and what it means to be unassisted. Your preparation begins about a year before your start date. Months of work go into this undertaking. Physical training, testing, navigation, and logistics. Countless hours of preparation go into the event before the start. So there's a lot of personal dedication invested in this event. As a team being a group of 2, 3, or solo riders, you need to complete the event unassisted. This adds a high level of resourcefulness to the equation, especially for soloists. Unassisted means you cannot ship items to hotels along the way. You cannot have a team following you to provide support, nor can you stash supplies such as fuel along the route. Everything you need to complete the event, you either need to bring with you or source it somewhere along the way. The only exception to this is you can pre-order consumables, such as tires or brakes, with dealers along the route, as long as you purchase them directly from the shop owners. The other side of unassisted is requesting outside assistance. Doing so is grounds for disqualification. If you get a flat, and you're lucky enough that some guys on bikes ride by with a spare, you're fine. But if you called them to come help you, your event is over. So with this in mind, there's a level of bike preservation at play. This affects how hard you push yourself. Small incidents can damage something critical and end your event. Endurance is a big part of the strategy. Conserving energy for the long haul is key. You're riding for 13 days straight. There's very little time to recover. It's a constant balance of pushing hard to get to the day's destination and having time to rest, but not overdoing it. So endurance, bike preservation, and time management completely set the pace for the speed you ride at. The speeds may seem slow on camera, but it's a classic turtle in the hare scenario. For day 2, I rode a total of 246 miles, over 15 hours and 43 minutes. My total stop time, including breakfast, lunch, and all the navigation involved, was just over 3 hours. The other very common question is what GPS setup I use. I choose to go with the Garmin Montana 700 devices. I'm very familiar with the Garmin system and preferred the interface and functions they provided over other options available. I chose to use 2 devices for redundancy. In some situations, it's convenient to have 2 devices for more data or a broader view of the environment. If I ride another event like this, I'll probably only have one on the bars, with a backup tucked away. On day 1, I hit a rut in a mud puddle as it was getting dark, and my knee knocked the bottom one off. I spent 10 minutes wallowing in the mud looking for it. I resorted to a grid pattern with my feet until I thankfully uncovered it. Later on day 5, I knocked it off again, breaking them out. This happened last year as well, so one GPS is it from now on. From American Falls, you travel about 15 miles west through some sand dunes that are much easier to navigate in the daylight than the disorienting darkness I dealt with last year. You then drop down through the lake channel and head north through the farmlands to the Snake River Plain. This is a special navigation area where it will take me about 5 hours to ride the remaining 100 miles of the day. This is the lake channel, another challenge point. It was an ancient waterfall before the Snake River changed course and all this dried up. The route drops down over the edge and into the sand dunes below. It will be much easier attempting this in the daylight this trip. The drop from the edge of the cliff down to the sand is only about 10 or 15 feet. This cut in the rock face is the only way through. I guess you could try launching off the top, but those are not the kind of risks I like to take. The last step is not so bad this year. Last summer it was about a 5-foot drop. It's a pretty sketchy spot overall. A few weeks after me, a fellow soloist unfortunately converted his dirt bike adventure to a helicopter adventure with a broken leg. The Snake River Plain is a high desert crisscrossed by various seldom used ranch roads. We travel very close to the Craters of the Moon National Monument, which is covered in ancient lava flows. The prairie here is littered with tire-slicing lava rocks. The crossing of the Snake River Plain is considered a special navigation section, where we are not provided the normal route waypoints. The morning of day 2, we are emailed a PDF with navigation instructions. These instructions test your ability to navigate with a map and compass and read the roads and terrain around you. One of these instructions would look like this. In this example, from a known waypoint, you would follow a trail that heads in the compass coordinate 35 degrees. You'll end up northeast of your current location. The next instruction is in 5.5 miles. Exact coordinates are included occasionally to confirm your location, and then a name for the location, if there is one. Sometimes it's just tire tracks into the grass. My instructions linked 20 of these together, covering about 70 miles. You'll eventually end up at the Big Southern Butte, which towers about 2,500 feet above the surrounding plain. This is the last challenge point for the day.
eagles on the run. The eagles on the run.
I was now through most of the desert and completed the special navigation section. My last challenge was to climb my way to the top of the Big Southern Butte and obtain my last challenge point for the day. From the top of the mountain, it's about 35 miles of gravel roads down into the town of Arco. Day 2, though a lot of miles, is not as difficult as day 1 or day 3. It was as close to a recovery day as I would get, and one of the easier days on the tour. So the goals for the day were to get through with no issues, not to push too hard, and to make it to Arco before 11 p.m. There's a power sports store in Arco that I had pre-purchased a new tire from and arranged to pick it up from their gas station before they closed at 11 p.m.
Are you kidding me?
This was key to getting an early start on the very long and very challenging day 3. So at the end of the day, it was nice to be at the hotel at a decent hour, to have great weather and a clean ride, and make it through without any issues, or so I thought.